Nah, but in relation to what I was saying about, it being very reminiscent, the heel turn with John Cena being very reminiscent to, the whole creation of NWO.
Yep.
There's a couple of things I want to highlight to y'all and then kind of get your reaction to it because I see something happening and I don't know if the WWE universe is ready for what I believe is getting ready to happen, but I want to start with Travis Scott.
Okay.
So we've seen Travis Scott several times since the introduction of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, right? So he was at the premiere of that, and when he was at the premiere of the Monday Night Raw on Netflix, he came out with Jey Uso. He was smoking a little weed. Mm-hmm. Came down the stairs. It was a little weird for us, but we're like, okay, this is strange, right?
Yep.
And then obviously he's come out with The Rock. He's shown his face with The Rock. He was present when the heel turn happened.
He slapped the shit out of Cody.
And he slapped the hell out of Cody with John Cena.
Yeah.
So there's like this, it's kind of like this thing where we're like, we're seeing him at these big moments. Like he's a part of big moments in WWE. He isn't just a character or like a visitor on WWE, but he's kind of like the Watcher, as you would describe the Watcher on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or in Marvel Comics, right? He shows up at important moments. So keep that part in mind, right?
Yep.
So the thing that I noticed with The Rock was when he came out, he a couple weeks ago he threw up 3 fingers, right? So he threw 3 fingers in the air, and there's a lot of symbolism that they've been using in WWE lately. And what they'll do is they'll take that symbolism and kind of like show you behind the scenes without telling you, and then they reveal it. So they're playing a crazy good long game. Pause. And at the end of the day, it's all leading to something, right?
Yeah.
And we get the heel turn with John Cena. I get it. The Rock put up 2 fingers to like kind of like cut his throat, and that's when we saw the heel turn, right? But we know originally he put up 3 fingers. So if he had 3 fingers up, they're hinting at there's another person, right? Kind of reminiscent to the NWO when it was like, hey, you may not know my name, but you know who I am. Like hinting at there's more, right? There's more to this. There's somebody else. Oh, there's a third person, right? And then that's how we get the introduction of the original NWO, Scott, Hall, Kevin Nash, and
obviously
then
Hulk Hogan.
Hollywood Hogan. The introduction of Hollywood Hogan, right? Is like that third one. I see the twist on this, right? Because ideally you want that shock value there. You want to be able to pull and engage the audience.
So you think that it's going to be a new NWO?
I think that there's 2 parts to this. So one, I think we're seeing the introduction.
Okay.
We're in the middle of the introduction of this new faction. This new NWO-like faction, right? This new wrestling changing faction.
Yeah.
Because that's what the NWO was. It was a staple in wrestling history that was stable changing, was wrestling changing. It changed wrestling for an era. Right? It created new fans. It drew in a different crowd. It was a new feeling in wrestling. So that's what we're in the middle of experiencing right now. Now, with all these hints and things that I've noticed, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, John Cena, heel turn, makes sense. The Rock, he's the heel, makes sense. Who's the third person? Who's going to be the shock value? We already got John Cena, which is shock value, but that was kind of predictable. Even Chase called it, right? But what's the one that's gonna turn everybody like upside down?
I think Jey Uso wins WrestleMania, and someone from that helps.
So Jey Uso is my third pick for being a part of this new NWO faction. And one of the things that's really pulling me towards it being Jey Uso is Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he beat in the Royal Rumble?
Hey.
John Cena.
Who came out with Jey Uso on the very first night of Monday Night Raw smoking weed?
Travis Scott.
So there's all these connections here. Plus
the bloodline. That's already
the bloodline is that's family.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
The Rock is family.
Yeah.
Right. So the story's already there for
the
turn. We're just waiting for it. And for one of the most exciting entrances in all the hype behind it. I mean, at the end of the day, what does that do for wrestling when you look at it in the big picture? Okay, that could be so, but what's the outcome of it? Well, the outcome of it is exactly what The Rock has been saying the whole time. He wants both championships to be his. He wants to have both champions. He said, I want you to be my champion, right? So he will now control both major titles in WWE.
Mm.
And so now he becomes the ultimate Mr. McMahon.
I dig it.
Right?
And then you have your people's champ.
Exactly. What do you feel about that, Serge?
I didn't think about that initially, but the way you laid that out for me the other day, I'm fully expecting that now. Like, it just makes too much sense. Jey Uso winning the world title on night 1, night 2 come out, help John Cena win that title, hit the swerve on everybody. Come on. That's best for business.
But what do you do with that the Yeet fan base? Do they stay?
At the end of the day, it does exactly what I called for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It makes it a Hills WrestleMania.
That's why I feel like it's gonna happen.
So
that's why I feel like it's
are
gonna
you going
happen.
around, or can I?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You loved it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So-
the square circle. Go ahead.
We had this conversation yesterday, and there are key points that I like to point out. During the Elimination Chamber, who was working with John Cena?
Seth Rollins.
It was.
No, it was CM Punk.
Or CM Punk.
We mean at the end.
Oh,
towards
that's
the
right.
end?
That's right.
You mean
that's
at
right.
the end?
CM Punk was working with John Cena.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah,
jumped.
right.
We even
They
did the whole
jumped.
hug and everything. Okay,
They
yeah.
jumped Seth Rollins. That's one thing.
Oh,
When
yeah,
CM
yeah,
Punk
yeah.
came in, he
Yeah.
still has a favor. CM Punk came in, he said, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. Where would he make the most money?
You think the
Number
new
two.
NWO?
Yeah. Number 2,
Mm.
right? If it's not CM Punk, then it's Seth Rollins. Right? Only because Seth Rollins turned to John Cena when John Cena stopped him from jumping on CM Punk and was like, he's mine, stay out of it. Right?
Mm.
And also, to add to that, Seth Rollins gave the curb stop to CM Punk that sealed
Sealed
the deal
deal.
for
sealed
John.
the deal.
Oof.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Facts.
When they named Messiah, man.
So it's one of those things where it's up in the air. Now, Bob the Goon, I see where y'all coming from, right? I definitely see it. It makes sense only because of Travis Scott, right? Makes big sense, right? The way he beat John Cena at Royal Rumble, he just pushed him off and didn't think he would win,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, you sold your soul. We got you, right? But I'm also saying, watch CM Punk, watch Seth Rollins. There is a wrinkle there, right? Because I don't just believe it's 3 people. I believe it's
Probably
4
4
people.
4 or 5.
right? And I don't believe it's the bloodline. That bloodline stuff, when The Rock is concerned, is dead. He'll say family and all this other stuff. But when he did this the first time, Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Cody were in the ring, right? So it could play on 2 factors, right? When he did this, that's 1 down. Those other 2 are a done deal. Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso, because Jimmy Uso's starting to pick up steam. So it's like Bob the Goon. I think what's best for business, honestly, is to keep him face because he's so popular, where he has someone he could fight. Right?
Okay.
Because him being a heel, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm gonna be honest. It makes sense. Right? But that's not where the money is. The money is him chasing and joining in and playing
I don't know.
the face.
I don't know. I mean, The Rock he just made $100 million on Milan, the live action movie, easily. I think that anything that aligns with The Rock is going to be
Box office.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're banging their money on.
I was gonna say, do you think they're bringing in a new fan base with this heel turn? Possibly.
Hell yeah.
Is that what this is?
Absolutely.
Is that what this is?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
storytelling of it.
Because the only thing that makes it all right, so you can make an excuse that John Cena sold his soul. Jay doesn't necessarily have to be the one that sold his soul because The Rock is
Family ties.
So then it's easier for him to go back face.
Got it.
right?
Mhm.
So you can go back and start yeeting as soon as he says F the Rock,
Yeah, all day.
right? So that saves him. That saves face for him.
Got
So he can do the heel turn and be like, bro, this is family. Because when he went with Roman Reigns to help him get back the bloodline, essentially he was doing what everybody accused Cody Rhodes of doing, which was like, hey, you're turning heel.
Yeah.
You may not realize it, but you're turning heel by helping out Roman Reigns. Are you crazy? And he did it. Why did he do it? Why did everybody still go yeet at the end of the day?
Got you.
Because that's family. So
And-
he gets to save face. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I like all the ideas. I mean, I like the fact that a new NWO is coming back. I do like that. That's pretty exciting.
And it builds, for me, it builds Cody Rhodes. This is the one thing that is going to build Cody Rhodes
This
and
is still
solidify.
a legend.
It's going to solidify his world
Because it's
championship
an
reign.
unstoppable presence.
You're going against Big Match John, right?
I don't,
Back by
let's
the
let's
Rock on
let's
top of
relax.
Whoa.
Let's relax.
You're going against
Again, he's frail. He's not the same John Cena. He's not prime John Cena, dog.
I feel
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
I feel you 100%, but this is John Cena.
He's
And
an
the reality
he's
of
an
WWE.
But here's the thing.
He's
That's
an
the
It's John
beauty of
Cena,
it.
bro.
A regular guy.
sure.
That's the beauty of it. Because
Nah.
I believe we're going to see a different John Cena. We're not going to see the jorts. We're not going to see any of the hustle, loyalty, respect. We're going to see John Cena
probably gonna wear all black.
totally white
All black.
bread.
black.
So something John Cena just did an interview, and one of the things that he said was the Make-A-Wish Foundation,
Mhm.
he shut it down.
Yeah.
All the
That you an evil son of a
all-
bitch.
That's how you got to do it, though. You got
all
to
the
go
gear.
100%.
That's crazy.
all the
that
money
gear?
that he makes from all the
Yeah.
gear,
So
the
he said, "Fuck the
merchandise,
kids." He
he
said,
shut
"Fuck the
all
kids."
the merchandise
Yeah.
down.
He said, "Fuck them kids."
Yes.
So like you can't. They're shutting down the John Cena merchandise.
They're taking this too far.
It's not taking it too
I'm
far.
saying Jim
Nah,
Russell said
because
that.
you got your Cody Rhodes now.
I'm saying Jim Russell
Yeah.
said that. That's all.
So,
So-
like they're shutting all this down. So at the end of this day, like he's fully embracing something that's kind of gonna end up being his character arc as a close, like the final close to a phenomenal wrestling career.
And it's the song.
Yeah.
Where even if you look at a couple of years ago when they did the Bray Wyatt match, and at the end they were talking about John Cena being the most overhyped wrestler in history. They're talking about John Cena.
He is.
Right? A lot of people feel that way, but with good reason. Right? With good reason. That man held that company on his shoulders after The Rock, Stone Cold, and who else?
But who else
Brock
is there?
Lesnar
You're not
left.
giving me who are the other wrestlers around his time, his generation.
That's the point.
I don't know.
That's the point, though.
But I wasn't watching wrestling, so bring me up to speed.
That is the point, right? He held it.
So he's fighting
together.
nobodies. Then
It doesn't
He's wrestling.
matter. It's just like
so
okay,
it has to matter.
okay. Look
He's fighting nobodies. If you can't explain who the wrestlers are at
okay.
that time,
CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Batista, Eddie Guerrero, a whole.
they sound like Hall of Famers to me.
Yes, but they were not.
They were Hall of Famers.
They
Hall of
weren't
Famers.
draws.
They're Hall of Famers. So how Hall of Famers not draws?
Nah,
Let
they-
us know in the comments what you think about
Thank
that.
you.
Is
Yes.
the Hall of Famers draws? Who's right, DJ or Chase?
You know it's DJ.
Let us know in the comments
Let
below.
us know. Don't
Wait,
forget to
wait,
subscribe.
And
Just
like,
wait.
The-
I wanted to
No, that's it. Nigga.